Hi, I'm Maty Young from Young Studio, and let's address an obvious truth about the entertainment industry. Egos are everywhere. Actors often believe they are the most talented person in the room. Directors sometimes see themselves as visionary geniuses. Acting teachers promote their method as the only path to greatness. Everyone has opinions, formulas, theories, certainly about how things should be done. But if you spend enough time in this industry, you start to kind of realize that much of that confidence is simply noise. The entertainment world is built on uncertainty. Rejection is constant. Success is unpredictable. Validation rarely lasts very long. One day, someone loves your work. The next day, you can't even get an audition. Because of this instability, many people, they feel pressure to project a certain authority, if that makes sense. They name drop famous collaborators, they list the prestigious classes they've taken, they speak as if they've discovered the secret formula to success and how to be a creative or an actor. But in reality, most people are figuring things out as they go. Even the most experienced professionals, they're still learning. They're still adjusting and improvising within all the chaos of the industry. The difference is that some people are comfortable admitting the uncertainty, while others hide it behind an ego. When you're actually in a room creating, on a rehearsal floor or on a film set or in front of a camera, none of that external posturing matters at all. What matters is the work that's happening in that exact moment. The scene, the collaboration, the energy between the people, the story being told. The camera doesn't give a crap about your resume, or your classes, or your theories. It responds to authenticity and presence. That's it. That's why it's important not to treat every piece of advice as gospel. In this industry, you will hear endless opinions about what you should do. Which classes to take, which agents to sign with, what kind of roles you should pursue, how to behave in auditions, what your career path should look like. It's madness. Some of that advice might be helpful. Most of it will probably be outdated. Some of it simply might reflect someone else's personal experience rather than a universal truth. There is no single formula that works for everyone. The people who claim they have the one correct way are usually simplifying a much more complicated reality. Once you accept that, I think something really liberating happens. You stop chasing approval from every single voice around you, and you start just trusting your own instincts. That's the most important thing. This is where social media is a huge problem for performers. Social media amplifies comparisons, egos, and just adds to the noise. It constantly shows you other people's wins, their bookings, their highlight reels, and creates the illusion that everyone else is moving faster or doing better than you. They're not. And if you're not careful, it will just chip away at your confidence endlessly. The truth is, what I think the truth is, most of what you're seeing is curated, it's controlled, it's selective, it's not the full picture. There's no shame in just shutting it out. Unfollow accounts that make you question your worth and your skills. Stop feeling the need to engage with everything everyone posts. Know your value as an artist and understand that your path is your own. Your opinion is correct. You should never ever compare yourself to anyone else in the arts, especially not social media posts. It's one of the fastest ways to disconnect from your own voice and lose sight of why you wanted to be a creative in the first place. Acting and filmmaking are not about proving that you are the smartest, the most talented, the most important person in the room. That's the total opposite. It's about collaboration. It's about listening. It's about responding honestly in the moment. That's it. And allowing the work to evolve through your interaction with everyone else. Ego interferes with the process. When someone becomes focused on proving their superiority, they stop listening. They become rigid in their choices. They become defensive when asked to change their take or their view on a specific scene. Risk disappears because ego wants to control certainty, but creativity thrives on curiosity, experimentation, and playing. The best creative environments are not the ones where people are competing with each other. They are the ones where people feel truly safe to fail and mess up and look like an idiot and discover new things together. That kind of atmosphere only exists when people leave their egos outside the room. Better yet, get rid of it. A healthier approach is to find your creative community. Seek out collaborators who inspire you, who bring energy and curiosity into the process. People who genuinely enjoy just making stuff. These are the people who make the work that is exciting. They make work. They are the people who encourage growth, not competition. Let go of the need to consistently compare yourself to others. I'm going to keep saying that. Stop measuring your worth through credits, resume, industry standards, and social media. Those things shift every single day. Focus on developing your voice, your curiosity, and your connection to being a performer. Art is entirely subjective. Not everyone will like your work. Some people will misunderstand it. Some people will reject it. Some people will love it. How many blockbusters failed at the cinema and then did massively well streaming? It's the nature of creative expression. Trying to satisfy everyone's opinion is impossible and exhausting. The more honest approach, just create the work that feels true to you. Real freedom begins when you stop performing for approval and start creating from a place of sincerity, curiosity. When your ego disappears, something magic happens. The work becomes so much lighter. You become so much more playful, more open to discovery, and more responsive to everyone around you. And the camera feels that difference. Audiences respond to performances that are alive, not calculated. They respond to actors who are hyper-present rather than guarded. The sense of freedom often leads to the most memorable and authentic performances you've ever seen. At the end of the day, filmmaking and acting, it's just playing. They're ways of exploring the human experience, imagination, emotion, playfulness. When ego dominates the process, the playfulness just dies. When the ego is left at the door, including your own work, no ego, the work becomes collaborative and fun and creative and just so much more enjoyable. That's where the real magic and the only way to be a good actor and a good filmmaker lives. That's it. All right, I'm Maty Young. I'm very passionate about this one because I make a lot of stuff. I deal with a lot of egos and endless opinions. Catch me on my next video and I'll speak to you guys soon. See ya.